Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a few weeks since I did my last video, I appreciate, but I have been unwell. Anyway, I'm back now, and today we're going to be talking all about Kate Moss. So Kate was born in Croydon, South London in 1974. Coming back from a family trip to Barbados in 1988, Kate's life was about to change forever in one of the most unlikely places. The family were in JFK Airport on the way back from their trip, and Kate was scouted by a woman called Sarah Ducasse, who was the head of Storm Model Agency, and her career sort of propelled very quickly from there. It's quite ironic really, because Kate has stated in interviews before that her mum used to say that she wasn't a very sort of photogenic child, which is, yeah, I guess she proved her wrong big time. The 90s was when Kate kind of rose to fame. The 1992 Calvin Klein campaign is thought to be the campaign that really launched her career. And as we know, Kate sort of fit in really well with the whole 90s heroin chic grunge aesthetic, which was kind of the defining trend, I guess, of the decade. Aside from doing a lot of commercial photo shoot style modelling, Kate also did runway. If we look at the likes of Naomi Campbell and Shalom Harlow, Kate is obviously noticeably shorter, but I don't think her height stopped her from completely owning the runway. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, Kate had high-profile relationships, famously with the likes of Johnny Depp, who she was with from 1994 to 1998, and Libertines frontman Pete Doherty, love of my life, who she was with from 2005 to 2007. Unfortunately, throughout the 2000s, as with most celebrities and models, Kate became the focus of a lot of tabloid gossip and rumours surrounding drug addiction. The tabloids started branding her, you know, like Cocaine Kate and Kate Mess, and you know, I think it was sort of blown up more than the reality. She just, you know, as pretty much all celebrities have, and people, you know, who go to these big celebrity parties had, you know, probably dabbled. Kate also came under fire around the topic of anorexia and promoting eating disorders. From my research, I think Kate was just naturally had a sort of waifish, thin figure. She didn't sort of follow the more toxic trend that happened in the sort of early 2000s of models, you know, eating orange juice soaked cotton balls and whatever. And she was super thin, but she never looked unhealthy. It wasn't like her sort of cause for concern. Today she is still collaborating with both high-end brands and high street brands. Her daughter Lila is obviously taking after her and modelling in Kate's footsteps. Growing up, I was obsessed with a lot of actresses and models, as a lot of young girls are, and you know, wanted to emulate the way they look and their style, etc. And I never used to really understand the hype with Kate Moss. Like, yeah, she's like pretty, but she just kind of looks generic and like the girl next door. But as I've grown older, I've kind of realised that that was the whole appeal of her image, and that was why it worked so well in the 90s, because she really fit in with that grunge kind of youthful, carefree energy that was so sort of popular and idealised at the time. I think growing up as well, I realised what makes Kate Moss's face so sort of iconic. She's got a very, very symmetrical face, high cheekbones, full lips, small nose, kind of what humans are programmed to find aesthetically most appealing, and Kate seems to naturally be blessed with all of those things. She's like a chameleon. She can be moulded into many characters and aesthetics, as we can see on the runway. So let's take a look at Kate's most iconic style factors. I want to start off with the simple white shirt or t-shirt. And I know this isn't necessarily her fashion choice per se, because when you're a model you have to go to a lot of castings, etc. A white t-shirt and no makeup is kind of usually the way to go. But a white t-shirt can be very versatile It's something that's a great base for an outfit and can be built upon. For example, just chuck a leather jacket over the top. Looks great with denim, especially if you're trying to achieve that sort of Kate Moss 90s grunge look. A white t-shirt and denim jeans is so ridiculously simple and easy, and yet so effective. So yeah, I'd say firstly, a white t-shirt would be a good thing to have in your wardrobe. Number 2, a leather jacket. I think there is actually a photo of Johnny Depp and Kate turning up to an event, and they've literally got their bare face, they've got their hair drooped over their face, you know, they're wearing big oversized like leather jacket. It's all very grungy and very moody and cool. But Kate is a self-professed rock chick. She said in many interviews that one of her biggest style inspirations is Anita Pallenberg. If you don't know who Anita Pallenberg was, she was a German-Italian model and actress who was kind of the muse, one of the muses of the Rolling Stones. She was in a relationship with Keith Richards, and I think she had a child with him. And she's renowned for her sort of incredible sort of late 60s psychedelic. She's definitely one of my inspirations, and it was nice to find out she was Kate Moss's, one of Kate Moss's biggest inspirations. And I can see why, because she was sort of one of the original rock and roll girlfriends. And one of the must-have features of any rock and roll wardrobe is leopard print. Kate is an avid leopard print advocate. Leopard print bag, leopard print shirt, leopard print coats. She is just sort of the queen of leopard print, and I love it, especially when she pairs it with a red lip. I think that gives it a real like sort of glamorous edge. So yeah, definitely invest in some form of leopard print. You should make sure the rest of your outfit is somewhat neutral. So for example, today I've got on leopard print and I can't get one. Just some dark blue flared jeans, because you obviously want the leopard print to be the sort of star of the show and most striking feature. We talked about leather jackets earlier. I think leopard print and a leather jacket is a marriage made in heaven. That is, to me, the #1 quickest way to get the rock and roll chick look. Just chuck on some leopard print, chuck on some leather, find some dirty guy who plays guitar in a band, and you're sorted. If you would like an easy place to view a collection of images of Kate's most iconic makeup and outfit looks, then just follow my Pinterest below and check out my Kate Moss mood board. I think one of the best ways to achieve Kate Moss's iconic style is to embrace the bare face. Now obviously we know Kate was a model, and models have to go to a lot of castings, and you have to be makeup free a lot of the time. However, I feel like the thing that really gives Kate her kind of uniqueness and her it girl status is her no makeup look. Obviously, if we all looked like Kate Moss, we'd feel very comfortable going makeup free. But again, leading on to sort of what lessons we can learn from Kate Moss, I think it's to not be afraid to go makeup free and embrace how you look, and not be afraid to say like, this is me. The thing that's nice about Kate Moss is that she never really strikes me as like vain, because when you think of models you often think of like vanity and everything's about image, etc. But I guess that Kate Moss, she just had that real didn't really care attitude. She was just sort of there to get the job done, and she was more interested in like having fun and interpersonal relationships. She's just sort of herself, and again that's the kind of je ne sais quoi aura that these it girls have. It's just not being egotistical and not taking themselves too seriously. And I think Kate Moss is the perfect example of how just being yourself and embracing the way you naturally look can lead to big things in life. Even though she's obviously got a lot of fame and money over the years, like many of the it girls we've discussed, she's stayed very sort of shy and humble. If you compare interviews of her from the early 90s to now, you know, she's not really let fame change her. She's still, you know, that awkward, shy girl from Croydon. If there's one thing to take away from Kate Moss, it's to be authentic, free and comfortable in your own skin. I hope today's video has been quite helpful, and I will see you next time for my last video in the It Girls of Each Decade series. And then we can move on to some more exciting stuff. But for now, embrace your face, enjoy who you are, how you look, and enjoy experimenting with your inner Kate Moss rock chick. See you next time.